Welcome to Mind Your Business. Now, I don't know if there are many other beekeepers that do this, but when you first approach your hive in winter, that sort of moment of anticipation where you're like, okay, is there any activity? Are they still alive? And they are. They're still going, which is fantastic. Yeah, very shaky, but there's some action there, so let's get into this episode. It's a bonus. Okay, so that's a great start that there is some action there. A few things to do in this episode. Check the feed. Last time I was here, there was lots of pollen coming in and out, so I may pull the feeding back, but I'll see where they're at with it. We'll do a frame and a queen check as well, because today's weather's great, and tomorrow's going to be terrible. So I want to do it while the weather is warmer, which is crazy for this time of year, for winter. I'm going to do a varroa inspection as well, just to see how they're going with that. And talking of varroa, I'm going to, well, here's my list. I'm going to replace the varroa treatment because they're up to 57 days. Yeah, I do like my lists, and these are the things I'm going to do. And I'm going to try and do those pretty quickly because I don't want to have the hive open for too long. And we'll get rid of some of the foliage that's overgrowing as well. Never ends. So admittedly, I haven't actually checked through the hive properly for a while now. I've kind of just left the bees to it. I think they'd prefer that, to be honest. It's just the time of year where you try and open the hive a lot less. Try and bother them a lot less. But let's start with a feed check. Lid's quite wet, which is a bummer. So we'll see how the feed's looking. And they've completely cleaned it out. Very hungry bees. They're all still in there at the moment. Obviously they're still looking for what's left in there. At the moment though, I'm not going to fill this up again because they are still coming in, and I'll show you it in a second. They're still coming in with a lot of pollen. So they're still coming in with a fair bit of food. So I don't know if it's necessary to feed them at this stage, but we'll have a look anyway. Right, now my presence has been noticed, so I am going to suit up for this because I'm sure they don't appreciate me being here. That feeder was well and truly stuck down. Look at that. They're filling the gap in the feeder. You give bees space and they'll fill it. That's how they roll. But I'd say a lot of the honey in there is actually from the sugar I've been giving them. There's the old varroa viroxan strips, which will be coming out today, and I'll be putting new ones in. Not a lot more development inside this hive since I put these strips in, but we'll take out some of these frames. As I say, I'm going to be pretty quick with it today because I don't want to expose them too long to whatever elements there are out here today. But what I'm going to do is just take out these outer frames which don't have a lot happening in them. So there's a tiny bit of activity on there. A little bit of comb building, but not a hell of a lot. Now I don't actually need to find the queen either. I just need to see there's evidence that she is still active, working. This whole hive has actually been pretty docile for a long time now, so I probably don't actually need the gloves on at this stage. It's probably a bit easier to manage it too if I take them off. So there you go, they're actually putting a lot of nectar into some of those cells, and lots of honey stored in there, which is likely from the feed I've given them. You can see some of the fresh cappings on the top. So that's good, they've got plenty of food, so I'm happy with that. So that's another reason maybe not to worry about feeding them as much as I am. I mean, that's not enough by any means to get them through the rest of winter, but that's a good start. And that's a heavy frame. That is also full of honey. So you can see all the capped honey on there. That's pretty heavy, so that's another good food frame for them. Beautiful. And while I'm at it, I'll get rid of this varroa sand strip, and we'll get ready to put a fresh one in. I just want to see some brood, and then I'll actually be super satisfied that these bees are great. I can't see any varroa. There are more in-depth tests I can do, but I can't see any varroa, which is great. Oh, sorry, darling. It's another heavy frame, which tells me there's a lot of honey on there, which there is. Look at that. And at this time of the year, they're all girls as well. They've booted out the males. The drones are gone. Look at that. Fantastic brood. It's looking great. Alright, and on this frame as well, there's another varroa sand strip, so that's going to go. Sorry, hope that didn't hurt. And we'll put a new one on that one too. So plenty of brood in there, lots of food. This hive is looking fantastic, and I call this part of the year the crunch because it was this time last year I lost my first hive. And I can tell you right now, it looked nothing like this a year ago. So this is just stellar. Another heavy frame. So this frame as well, absolutely full of honey. Look at it, absolutely chocker. I'll flip it over. There you go, look, full. So a lot of that is the feed I've been giving them. And a quick look at these frames, which are starting to get sparse. A little bit of weight in that one, and there's lots more honey there too. And the last two frames are empty. So, honey, honey, brood and honey, that's honey, and we've got another one full of honey and two empty ones. So the top box here is looking fantastic. There's some impressive heat coming off that. You can feel it. It's fantastic. So that top box is perfect. Let's have a look at the next box down. Another good looking box. This end frame here looks like it's really filling out now. They're looking fantastic. So there you go, there's honey on that one, nectar, which they haven't sealed yet, but there's still a few cells in there which they are yet to seal. So they're sort of in the middle of doing that. All this honey is for them. I won't be taking any of this honey because it's not really the right time to, and they need it for them. I don't need it for me. So more honey going in there. More honey on that side as well. Sorry girls, I will get you back together very shortly. So there's a little bit of drone brood in there, and how I know it's drone brood or male brood is because they're slightly bobbly. They stick up a lot more than sort of this stuff here, which is a female brood. So there's your boys, there's your girls. The boys tend to stick out more, which is understandable. So there you go, there's a fair bit of brood on there. There's a few pollen stores in there too. So there's lots of bees in here with pollen on their back legs. So there's still lots coming in. Just been stung. Hopefully she starts twisting to release that. Oh no, she's pulled it. Oopsie daisies. Well, there you go. It's only my third sting since I got my bees. Oh well, just chucking some varroa strips while I'm here. And 3 strips into this one. It's the sting right there. Do you know what I'm going to do this time? I'm going to keep the feeder off it. I'm going to put the lid back on, but there's so much burr comb here. I'm going to light the smoker, get these bees off, scrape all this burr comb off, and then just put the lid straight on. They don't need the feeder at the moment because they got so much food in there. Yeah, so for my smoker I tend to use pine shavings, which I just get from a pet store. And they seem to do the trick. Haven't actually used the smoker for 5 months because the hive has been so docile, he says with a sting in his hand. Okay, I think that's good. So what I can do now is just put the lid straight on the top. Now there are still some bees inside the feeder, so I need to get them out. So let's just shake them off. Right, time to rebuild. That'll do, donkey. Well, that went smoothly. Happy with that. I'll give it a proper sweep out next time. I didn't take away a lot of the long grass off the front because I want that to sort of act as a windbreak. But I just needed to tidy up on that side. Anyway, that aside, checklist, feed, check, done. Frame and queen check, done. I didn't find the queen, but there is full evidence that she is still laying and there's lots of brood in there too, so that's great. There were a couple of drones still in there, even though I said there wasn't. Varroa inspection, check. There's lots of ways you can argue over how to check varroa. I did a good check, had a look through some of the cells, a good close-up of a lot of the bees. I can't see a single one. Replace varroa treatments, check. And sort out the foliage issue, which wasn't too much of an issue, but now it's clean. Job done. Thanks for watching Mind Your Business. I've been Andy G. This is my checklist. Until next time. Oh, there's a group of bees hanging out the front of the hive here, and I just want to double check that the queen's not in there. I haven't extinguished the smoker yet, so we'll... Sorry to break up the party, girls. I need to figure out what's happening here. No, there's no queen in there. Oh, these creatures. Now they're sussing me out. Please don't sting me, I've already had one today.